Welcome to the channel, folks. My name's Shane. In today's video, we get to check out the Rode Wireless Go 2. Now, this is a dual transmitter to single receiver wireless solution for doing interviews or for doing this exact thing, which I'm doing right now, talking to the camera. I currently have one of the transmitters hooked up to my shirt, and I have the other transmitter here. Now, Rode have provided this for the review. They're not paying me an additional, letting me hold on to this, nor do they get any creative input into this video. So all the thoughts about this will be my own, coming from years of experience using wireless solutions. Now, one of the biggest upgrades between the original and the new version is we get dual transmitters as opposed to a single, but we can also select if we want to down mix to mono. That means you get a blended signal between both of the active microphones, or we can isolate them to stereo within the camera. And there's also the option, thanks to the additional software that you can download, to record directly into each of the transmitters. Why this is really important is for redundancy. Imagine you're outdoors and you turned away from the camera. A lot of the time these digital transmission packs will cut out, and we'll test that in just a moment. But the great thing is these record internally, which means you can dump the audio track back into your project and you'll have the audio track recorded directly into the transmitter. I think this is one of the best features that could come to a wireless pack, and I haven't seen it in any other pack like it. Up next, I want to show you what we get included in the box. We get one receiver and two transmitters. We get 3 fur windshields. These work extremely well outdoors, and I've been using the Rode Wireless Go outdoors for a long time with these, and I have no problems with wind noise. We get 3 USB-C type cables. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cables at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. We get one 3.5mm TRS cable, and this is designed to work with any mirrorless camera. I've currently got mine going into my GH5. Lastly, we get this neoprene carry bag. Rode were definitely the innovators when it came to releasing a unit that was as small and as functional as the Rode Wireless Go was at release. Now, a lot of other companies have jumped on board and made very similar packs to this, while taking it to the next level from this original. So it's great to see that Rode has stepped it up with the Rode Wireless Go 2 and added features that I haven't seen in any other system. Now, in terms of the physical size of the Rode Wireless Go 2, it's identical to the Rode Wireless Go 1. It's very, very small. So overall, great compact size. The only major physical difference is we now get 2 transmitters. Now, if recording 2 separate audio channels is important to you, definitely go for the Rode Wireless Go 2 over the original. You'll need 2 packs of the original to get the same sort of functionality you get out of the Rode Wireless Go 2. Another upgrade is the Series 4 2.4 GHz digital transmission. This is 128-bit encryption. It has crystal clear audio up to 200 meters line of sight. Now, with any of these type of packs, anytime you turn away from the camera, which isn't then line of sight, it will generally drop out. We'll test that coming up in just a moment. But the great thing is now we have a sense of redundancy, being able to record internally within the units, and we can set that up in the provided software, which we can download from the Rode website. Now, when it comes to the onboard recording, thanks to that software, we get 2 separate modes. One will allow us to get up to 24 hours of recording at a lower bit rate, and if you want a lossless codec, you can get up to 7 hours. Now, interestingly enough, as soon as you pair the units with that enabled, it starts recording, so just keep that in mind. One of the upgrades that really made me smile was the fact that Rode have upgraded how the dead cat attaches to the Rode Wireless Go 2. You simply just push it down and turn it slightly, and it's locked. Now, believe it or not, that's exactly how you were supposed to do the original one. The old one, you had to pull it back like this, put it in, and then turn it, but sometimes it feels like it's not supposed to turn, but then it stays there. But I gotta tell you, the new one feels far more secure, it's far more intuitive, and it's a welcomed upgrade. Another huge benefit to the Rode Wireless Go 2 is what Rode are calling the safety channel. Now, the reason you might want this is if something gets really loud really quickly, you can have a second microphone set up at a lower volume. Pretty cool. Let's go over to the line of sight distance test. One of the best things about this, as I mentioned already, if the audio drops out when I turn around, I'm still gonna have a backup recording of it, but you're just gonna be seeing how it works directly into the camera, and I'll have the backup recording just in case. So here we go. I always test my wireless packs out at this exact spot in this exact park. So it's a great line of sight test here. And generally I found if I keep walking while facing the camera like this backwards, it's going to be fine. Now, even at sometimes a distance like this, once I break line of sight, it can drop out. So I'm just going to turn and talk, and if it drops out, I'll leave some annotations on screen. Here we go, a little bit further back. and hopefully it's still working. I just have to keep talking so you know that it's going to work. Let's do a turnaround test at about 40 meters or so. We'll see if this works. Typically probably drop out. I haven't found one pack that works at this distance when I'm not facing the camera. So annotations will be left on screen anytime the audio signal drops out. Now I'm just going to keep walking backwards here and keep on talking, and we'll see how we go. Now this is about as unfavorable a test as you can give a wireless pack like this. So the onboard microphone is what you're listening to. I'm not using a lavalier microphone or anything like that. Still using the omnidirectional built-in microphone, and I'm right back. So this is pretty far. This is this is that uncomfortably far place away from the camera. You know, you don't, for me personally, I'd never need to be this far away from my camera, or would I ever want to leave it this far away from me. But I'm going to turn around and see if it still works. So here we go. I'll just keep on talking and do a round test, and I'll keep walking backwards. Now I get paranoid about leaving my camera all the way back down there, so I may blow up this particular section so you can see how far away I am right now. I'm a long way away. So this would be close to, I would say, 100 meters away from the camera. It would be very close to that, maybe 80, somewhere around there anyway. But I'm quite a ways back. Is it still working line of sight? I can see the tripod and the camera is actually obscured by the trees, just in terms of what's going on behind the camera. So I'm going to turn around again now and see if it works, and I'll keep on talking. And if it cuts out, I'll leave some annotations on the screen as per always. And I'm going to wrap the test up at about here. So this is a long way away from the camera. If this works, this pretty much sets it apart from a lot of the other packs that might not even work facing forwards at that kind of distance. So lastly, let's walk towards the camera for a few steps now, and I'll keep talking just to see how it works. And again, the benefit of this particular pack is if it cuts out, I've got the recording built into the transmitter that's on my shirt right now, and I can download that from the app, which is awesome. So you'll get a great audio recording irrespective of if the line of sight breaks. I think that's almost invaluable. That's a long way. Up next, we're doing a vlogging test using the GoPro Hero 9 Black and the GoPro Hero 9 Media Mod. It fits in perfectly on the cold shoe mount on the top and also on the side, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, what a great compact vlogging solution. Let's see how it goes. Now, when it comes to vlogging, I have no idea why anyone would want to use a shotgun microphone anymore when you've got these compact wireless solutions. One of the downsides of a shotgun microphone is it'll pick up anything this side of the actual camera and mic. So that means you're going to pick up a lot more traffic noise than you would with this particular microphone. Now, this also gives me the flexibility to be able to swing the camera around and continue to talk, and you're going to hear my voice exactly the same. So this just makes a whole lot of sense, in my opinion, if you're a vlogger and you want to isolate your voice, even more so than with a shotgun microphone. This will definitely do the job. While I give you my thoughts about the outdoor test, I've currently switched it up to a lavalier microphone going directly into the Rode Wireless Go 2. So that's the audio that you're listening to for the rest of this particular video. Now, in terms of that outdoor test, I haven't tested a wireless pack that survives the no line of sight test, but this did extremely well at recovering. The benefit, again, is if you do break line of sight, you've got that internal recording, which I think is invaluable. Anytime I'm going to be traveling now, doing any type of outdoor work, I'll be taking this pack with me for that sense of redundancy. So if that's important to you, that's awesome. Now, if you're in a situation like this or indoors with line of sight, for example, you won't need to record, but it's always great having that there just in case something goes wrong. Occasionally, you might even forget to plug in the actual 3.5mm audio jack into the camera properly, then you have no audio. So maybe it's worth leaving it on just for that. But I thought the distance test was great. It handled the line of sight thing, no problems at all. And I think in terms of all the packs I've tested, which would be at least 10 if you're already subscribed to the channel, I think it handled that better than any of the others. And it recovered faster than any of the others, including the original Rode Wireless Go. One of the things I noticed when I switched it over to the GoPro Hero 9 Media Mod is that I didn't have to adjust anything. The same level I had set on my GH5 here at home and also outside was the exact same level that was going into the GoPro Hero 9, so that's awesome. It means I don't have to keep fiddling around with audio levels. Set it safe and you'll be good to go. It's always the way to work. Now, obviously I've had a lot of good things to say about the Rode Wireless Go 2, but there's something I wish Rode would do in the future, or maybe make it an optional upgrade. So when it comes to charging all three of these units in the pack. So 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. You get 3 USB-C type cables, and then they all have to be plugged in. I really wish Rode would bring out something like this that charges all 3 of the units at the same time and doubles as a carry case. So I would love to see that instead of having to get 3 cables all plugged into different phone chargers or whatever the case may be. Having a dedicated case like this would be a huge upgrade, even if it's an additional extra, because a lot of people might not want that, but I really feel like that would set it apart and sort of take that charging sort of experience to the next level. So that's my only criticism of it. In terms of audio quality, I think it's fantastic. In terms of redundancy, it's arguably the best, not only in terms of the lavalier microphone. If that breaks, you've got the onboard microphone. This is an optional extra, the lavalier microphone, but you can use one of each, right? And you also get that internal recording that just no other unit has. So it really takes that to the next level. I just wish the charging technology was a little bit better, but overall, great unit. A massive thank you to Rode for sending this out. I'm gonna do some comparisons between this and all of the other wireless packs coming up, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.